Family, I don't know about you, but I know that I've been missing embodied corporate worship. I've missed gathering together, hearing you sing, and sitting together and unpacking God's word. And for nearly 2 decades, our church has been deeply into and has deeply cared about 3 things: worship, community, and seeking God. Now, this has looked different over the last 17 or so years, but ultimately we've had a laser focus on those 3 things: community, worship, and seeking God. Over the last few months, our team has wisely considered all 3 of those avenues. And in this season, we've come up with 4 primary lanes through which we want to engage you and help you, if you so choose, to have community, worship, and seek God. We understand the diversity of thought in this season surrounding safety of family and what is of ultimate prudence. And so I want to be clear before I even introduce these lanes. We are not asking you to do this. We are not telling you to do this. We're not even encouraging you to hop into any of these. We are simply offering these to you and saying that if you and your family want to engage in one of these different lanes, then this is for you. So what are these 4 lanes? Let me tell you what they are, and then I want to kind of unpack what each of them is. So the first lane that we're offering is virtual church. The second lane that we're offering is what we're calling Fellowship at Home. The third lane is Midweek Groups. And then the 4th lane is Worship Night. So the first lane for engaging with our church in this season is the primary lane that we've used the last 5 months. It's our online virtual service. And in the coming weeks, we're going to be tweaking those services just a bit and what they look like. So be on the lookout for a fresh update to our online services. That's the first lane. The second lane is what we're calling Fellowship at Home, and I'm really excited about this. And before I hop into the details, let me share with you just for a brief moment where this idea came from. As we were kind of praying through and talking about all of the options for our church in this season, our minds and our eyes kept gravitating toward the book of Acts. And the book of Acts boasts a church model that continues to bear fruit all across the globe. In Acts 12, Peter flees from sure death to the church that met in a woman named Mary's home. In Acts 16, the Philippian jailer is converted and sets up a church in his home. Later in that same chapter, we see that Lydia, a dealer in purple goods, sets up a church in her home. In Romans 16, Paul writes about Prisca and Aquila and the church that's in their home as well. The early church saw their home as the primary venue for the gathering of believers to worship Jesus. And in this season, we're going to follow their lead. Fellowship at Home will be a gathering of 12 to 20 adults who will meet on Sunday morning in a home or a backyard and follow our online services together. In the coming days, we'll be asking many of you to prayerfully consider either hosting or leading one of these Fellowship at Home gatherings. And we're hopeful and prayerful that these shared spaces and that this Fellowship at Home gathering will reinforce our values of worship, community, and seeking God. And we hope and pray that they will propel us to love and to serve Jesus throughout the week. We're really, really excited about that. The third lane that I want to offer this morning is our midweek groups. So we're an equipping church. We've always been an equipping church. It's something that we'll always be, as we want to equip you, the saint, for the work of the ministry. One of the primary ways that we've done that through the years is through our groups. They've helped us accomplish that. And these midweek groups that we're going to be offering are going to be gender-specific groups in gender-specific settings or as families to study God's word together. And we're offering this lane because we highly value community. And in this season of the life of our church, as we're offering these group options, we're offering them with a wrinkle. We are essentially redefining what a group is just for this season. And in this next bit of time over the next few months, here's what a group is. A group can be a family. So let's say that you're a family and you want to gather in a midweek group, but you're not comfortable with maybe bringing other people in and you want to go through our midweek group curriculum. That would be great. Maybe you've got a small group of friends and y'all want to get together and go through the midweek curriculum. You're a group. Maybe you're an adult and you've got a all guys want to get together to hop in a study, or all women, all girls want to hop into a study, you can do that. And what's really beautiful about what we're doing this fall is that everyone from our babies to our adults are going to be walking through the same material together. So we're trying to streamline this discipleship process as we intentionally pursue community. When we think about these groups, one of the reasons that we made the adult groups gender specific is to help with childcare, because we know that for many of you, that's a very real concern. So fellas, y'all want to get together and hop in the word and chop it up, leave them babies at home. Sisters, y'all want to get together and chop it up, leave them babies at home. We hope that this offering will help you in connecting with believers. And then fourth and finally is our worship night. This is going to be really, really good. Worship night will be a gathering of our church family in an outdoor, large, open space with plenty of distance between us to sing together the praises to Jesus Christ. Mark your calendars for August 30th at 6 p.m. We will gather to sing, pray, and take communion. Because we're a church in 4 locations, we've chosen a west location and an east location. Our west location that we're going to be gathering on August 30th is Harding Academy. And we're really excited and grateful to our partners there at Harding for allowing us to worship outdoors on their lawn. Our east location will likely be St. George's or Hinton Park. We're going to be sending out some more specific details here in the upcoming days for you to be able to mark your calendars for there. So again, that'll either be at St. George's or at Hinton Park in Collierville. And these are huge spaces that are going to allow us to spread all the way out. And what we want you to do is we want you to bring a blanket, bring a chair, bring some cool drinks, bring some toys for the kiddos, and bring an attitude of worship as we sing to our King Jesus. All 4 of these lanes are our way of worshiping, engaging community, and seeking God in this season. And we're excited to see how God might use them. One way that you can really help us launch well into the fall is by engaging us in another survey. In the coming days, you're going to receive a survey from us. And if you take literally 3 to 5 minutes and answer the questions in that survey, it would really aid us in our planning, both for what these lanes that we have offered, but also help us and aid us in the planning of ways to keep you and your family safe. We have earnestly desired to meet with you, and it would be our joy to worship with you in one of these 4 ways.